Voiceover, warm, excited, two very different visions of Toyota for 2025. One a halo machine that screams performance, the other a stretched luxury concept that whispers refinement. Today we're doing a deep exterior dive. The 2025 Toyota GT Super and the 2025 Toyota Avalon Concept. Paint, panels, and personality, let's go. Cut to title card. GT Super versus Avalon Concept, exterior design and color options. 0-20. Hook, first glance B-roll. 3/4 front passes of both cars, close-ups of headlights, wheel arches. Voiceover. At first glance they couldn't be more different. The GT Super is a low-slung, aerodynamic predator, every surface optimized for downforce and drama. The Avalon Concept, by contrast, is a long wheelbase expression of presence, flowing surfacing, tight seams, and a face that's all calm authority. 0-40. Frame and proportions, GT Super, B-roll. Profile shot, wheel to fender alignment, roofline. Voiceover. Let's start with the GT Super. Proportions are pure performance. Wide track, short overhangs, a cabin pushed rearward. The hood is long and sculpted with purposeful ridges to guide airflow. The fenders are muscular but artistically flared to hide enormous rubber. Notice how the roofline dips aggressively into a fastback taper. That silhouette reads speed even when stationary. Cut to close-up of active aero elements. Voiceover. Active aero is a design theme. Adjustable front splitter, multi-element rear wing, and vented fenders that open and close. These aren't just for show. They give the car an alive, mechanical look that changes with speed. 120. Frame and proportions, Avalon Concept, B-roll. Slow dolly alongside of Avalon, long hood, rear haunches. Voiceover. The Avalon Concept takes the opposite approach. It's stretched and statuesque. A long hood, set back greenhouse, and a rear that gently tucks under. Surfaces are smoother, transitions softer. Instead of muscular flares, you get subtle character lines that emphasize length and luxury. The Avalon silhouette is about presence rather than aggression. 145. Light signatures, GT Super, B-roll. LED matrix daytime running lights, laser cut grille textures. Voiceover. Lighting on the GT Super is aggressive and technical. Slim LED strips slice across the face, accompanied by stacked matrix headlights and signature daytime claws. The grille is more duct than ornament, a series of layered inlets and aero vanes that hint at cooling and downforce. 205. Light signatures, Avalon Concept, B-roll. Full-width light bar, ambient welcome lighting. Voiceover. Avalon's lighting is elegant and cinematic. A full-width light bar connects the headlamps, creating a visual tie across the front. The lamps themselves are jewel-like, with layered LEDs and a softly diffused glow for welcoming illumination. Look for hidden welcome lights in the door sills and subtle rear light signatures that outline the trunk's sculpt. 230. Materials and surface finish, GT Super, B-roll. Carbon fiber weave, exposed fasteners, matte versus gloss sections. Voiceover. Materials on the GT Super speak motorsport. Visible carbon fiber, matte intake surrounds, and satin finished body panels to control glare. Exposed aero hardware is part of the aesthetic. You'll see precision rivets and textured vents that shout race readiness. 250. Materials and surface finish, Avalon Concept, B-roll. Brushed metal trim, chrome accents, panoramic glass. Voiceover. Avalon leans into premium. Brushed metal trim, glass to body transitions with nearly invisible seals, and deep, mirror-like paint finishes. The roof may feature panoramic glass with electrochromic shading. Chrome is used sparingly. More is an accent than a headline feature, giving the car a modern luxury. Polish. 310. Wheels and tires, GT Super, B-roll. Large center lock wheels, staggered fitment, exposed brake calipers. Voiceover. Wheels on the GT Super are statement pieces. Large, lightweight center lock alloys wrapped in low-profile rubber. Look for aerodynamic wheel covers or vented spokes that reduce turbulence. Staggered widths front to rear enhance the planted stance and accommodate monstrous brakes visible behind the rims. 330. Wheels and tires, Avalon Concept, B-roll. Multi-spoke elegant wheels, polished lips, less aggressive fitment. Voiceover. Avalon's wheels are about restrained elegance. Multi-spoke patterns with a deep dish or polished lips, larger diameter options for presence but with tire sidewalls that balance ride and comfort. Wheel finishes, brushed aluminum or dark polished, complement the overall paint scheme. 350. Aero and tactile details, GT Super, B-roll. Underbody diffusers, vented hood, rear wing mechanics. Voiceover. If you run your hand along the GT Super, you encounter purpose, vents, strakes, splitters, and diffusers. The underbody is sculpted. The diffuser is aggressive and functional. The rear wing may be active with multiple positions, and brake ducts are proudly visible in the front aprons. 415. Aero and tactile details, Avalon Concept, B-roll. Flush door handles, soft crease lines, integrated spoilers. Voiceover. Avalon's tactile story is subtle. Flush door handles, soft creases you can almost feel with your eyes, and integrated rear spoilers that preserve the silhouette. The design invites touch but doesn't demand it. Everything is refined, intentional, and finished to a high standard. 440. Color palettes, GT Super, B-roll. GT Super in multiple colors, paint change under sun. Voiceover. Now the fun part. Colors. The GT Super plays with motorsport tones and aggressive accents. Expect a core palette of race reds, matte carbon black, and metallic gunmetal. Toyota will likely offer accent colors, neon lime, electric blue or bright orange, used as pinstripes, brake caliper colors, and aero trim. Special finishes could include satin and exposed carbon with gloss clear coats. 505. Color palettes, Avalon Concept, B-roll. Avalon in pearl white, deep navy, metallic silver. Voiceover. Avalon's palette is refined and modern. Think deep pearlescent whites, midnight navy, and rich graphite. Toyota will likely offer warm metallics, bronze or champagne, and ultra-deep blacks with a mirror finish. Interior-exterior color coordination is important here. Roof contrasts are two-tone options, dark roof, light body elevate its luxury feel. 530. Unique paint effects and options, B-roll. Paint angle shifts, pearlescent flakes, matte to gloss transitions. Voiceover. Both cars may feature specialty paint options, color shifting pearlescents that reveal different hues at angles, and tactile coatings with matte and gloss transitions. Limited edition runs could include coach-built color stories or motorsport liveries on the GT Super and bespoke, handcrafted finishes on the Avalon. 555. Badging and identity, B-roll. Close-ups of logos, model scripts, GT Super emblem. Voiceover. Badging tells you what the car believes it is. The GT Super will carry bold, perhaps illuminated GT badges and performance insignia. The Avalon will use subdued scripts, maybe a tasteful model nameplate in the trunk and a shield-like emblem up front. Subtlety equals luxury. 615. Street presence and urban behavior, B-roll. GT Super leaving a tunnel, Avalon gliding through city. Voiceover. On the street the GT Super will dominate visually, low, wide, and uncompromising. The Avalon will command attention by quiet confidence, polished, poised, and unmistakably premium. Two approaches to presence, both effective. One a roar, the other a whisper. 635. Closing call to action, B-roll. Both cars in sun, side-by-side slow motion. Voiceover. Enthused, so there you have it. The 2025 Toyota GT Super. Raw, aerodynamic and performance first. Versus the 2025 Avalon Concept. Long, luxurious, and impeccably finished. Both showcase Toyota's design range for 2025, from the racetrack to the boulevard. Which would you choose, the thrill or the poise? Drop your pick in the comments, hit like if you love great design, and